Hi, today we're going to learn how to get phone call alerts for any API monitoring issues. For that, we're going to use spike.sh, which gives you alerts on phone calls, email, Slack, and SMS message whenever there are any issues in your software. We are also going to use Checkly, which is a popular product for tracking API monitoring issues. So let's jump into Spike first. I'm inside the spike.sh dashboard, and here we'll set up a Checkly integration so that Spike can call us whenever there are any issues in your Checkly monitors. So we'll go into the integration section here, and we'll create a new integration. Now we'll select Checkly in the list and click Next. In order to get phone call alerts, we must set up something called an escalation policy. So let's go ahead and do that. Very briefly, an escalation policy is what defines who gets alerted for any issues, on what channels, and in what order, right? So what we want is that whenever there is any issue in our API monitoring, I should be alerted via phone call first. And then after 5 minutes, in case I do not respond, it should be escalated to someone else in my team. For testing, we'll just keep it me, and I should get an email. And I'll give this escalation policy a name. And I will save it. All right. So now that we have created our escalation policy, we will go ahead and add it to our new integration. We'll create a new integration, select Checkly, and here we'll select our new escalation policy. We'll give this integration a name, Checkly integration. Number 2, select default service, and we'll add this integration. So the next step now is to connect this integration with Checkly. And there is an integration guide that we provide that you can click on. But for the purpose of this video, I'll show you how it's done. You basically just copy the webhook from here, and you go inside. You should connect this webhook in your Checkly account. So you can see we're inside the Checkly dashboard here, and we're going to go ahead and create an API monitor. So you say create API check, and you paste the URL of your API, and you can select any of the settings. One interesting setting that Checkly has is that it can not only alert you when there is a failure event, but it can also alert you about a degrade event in case your APIs are becoming slow. So we go ahead and we select some regions from which we want this check to happen. We select the interval, which is at 5 minutes, which is fine for us. And here you see that whenever this API fails, we'll get alerts on email, and we'll also get alert on Spike. So we'll turn off the email alert. And so this way now we will be alerted on Spike whenever there are any API issues. I say run and save. Then I go ahead and save this check. Great. So now whenever there are any issues with this API, we should get alerts via Spike. So let's go ahead and do a little test about it. All right. So you see that now that the API monitor has failed, we receive a phone call from Spike. And we can go ahead and listen to it. Basically, the phone call told us about that the API monitoring check had failed. And then you can actually acknowledge, resolve, or escalate that particular alert right on the phone call. And that's basically how we can get phone call for any API monitoring issues. Thanks.